Try it again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another day of the vlog. So this has been a very long overdue video. So we're gonna go over my project truck. We're gonna start holding some level of accountability here because I really need to start finishing this project up. It's been sitting here for years and it's been slow. You know, it takes time and money to create these projects. But anyways, I know I did one video giving an overview of what the project was, but let's go ahead and show you. We'll do this again. So right here, so I have a Chevy C10 square body, not the prettiest. Anyways, did a lot of body work over to this. It's like a matte blue color. I thought the idea was cool originally, but it's definitely, I'm not liking it anymore. Too flashy, don't want to get my truck stolen or anything, so I don't know. Leave it like that for now, because it took a long time to get that thing painted. And it took quite a bit of money. So anyways, with that being said, so over here we have an Ls6. Yeah, Ls6 with a 256. It will be a 6-speed. It's swapped into the Chevy C10. This is kind of a really cool project. I'm really stoked about it still. Well, the love comes and goes. You guys know how projects go. But anyways, this engine, it's got an Ls6 block. It's got custom ported heads. It does have, it was rebuilt with a stock crank, scat H-beam rods, probe forged pistons. It's got a custom comp cam. It's a 224. It's a 581 intake, 595 exhaust on a 114 degree lobe separation angle. I have an Ls6 intake manifold. We got the SLP performance math. I mean, it's just, it did pretty good. So when I had it dynoed, I originally had this motor in my Pontiac Trans Am. Now, yes, the Trans Am does come with the LS1. I had an issue with that. So I ended up getting an Ls6 block. So I had the Ls6 in there. I swapped it all over, sold the chassis to my Pontiac, and then I started working on this truck. So this thing made just under 400 horsepower, and it was about 420 foot-pounds of torque. So it was pretty fast. The fastest run I ever made at the track was with the stock 10 bolt and street radials. I actually did make a 12.3, I believe it was, at the track. So I did want to make this truck into a street strip truck, but right now I'm having quite a couple of little issues with it. So one of them being getting this clutch to work. Can't get it to engage. Why? The pedal is rock hard. I have a Tilton, and this is a 75 series master cylinder, and I made it everything up together. I ended up using that to have a new throw-out bearing, new clutch in there, and then I had to realign the pedal itself to make it work, right? So now my pedal is rock hard. I bled the heck out of this thing, and it's still not working. Anyways, that's one of the problems that I have to fix. So over here, I don't remember the exact brand of these gauges. I believe they were Dakota. I bought them from Classic Industries. Don't quote me on that because I really don't know. So I got quite a bit of work to do, some holes to patch over here. I don't know if you guys can see that, it's got terrible lighting. But the overall goal of the truck is to make it a street strip truck. And then once I get it all running in its basic package now, I do have the Denma Sloppy Mechanic turbo kit, or intercooler piping kit. So over here you can see I have all the piping and everything. I have these small little turbos here, but they're for other projects. And then I have the hot side exhaust tubing right over here. And then I have some more right over here. And I plan on doing that with the Ls6 intake manifolds. Or not intake manifolds, exhaust manifolds. So the truck manifold, they're not Ls6 truck manifolds. They're the truck manifold, sorry about that. So I do plan on making a truck manifold turbo setup for it. I have to figure out a turbo, but I'm not worried about that yet because this thing isn't even running. Well, it runs, and hopefully by the end of this video, you guys will get to hear it run. So I did a lot of custom work to it, and it's just been sitting here this whole time. So, you know, it's been a couple of years. The swap just happened maybe 2 years ago. So, I mean, the swap is still fairly recent, but I need to get this thing going, and I have a list of the items that I need to get done. But without further ado, let's actually get to working on this thing, and then let me show you what's going on, and, you know, let's see if we can figure out how to fix it, right? Alright, guys, so let's get this going. Alright, so got my battery hooked up. Next item that I have to do right now is I have to put my this little panel that I made. This is where the AC used to be, so I did it so I could put my wiring for my PCM in there, and then my PCM is actually inside. I wanted to keep it weatherproof, so now I have to bolt this up, and then I have a couple of grounds that'll bolt up to the firewall here, and then we're gonna try and start it up and see if it'll see what it'll do. I mean, it should still turn. It shouldn't be. It hasn't been that long since I actually ran it, so yeah, I'll be doing that and then we're going to go over the next parts that need to be fixed before it can actually run. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I have this little panel that I made over here. I have it bolted up. Now I have to bolt up the 2 clips that go onto the PCM. So I'm going to get that thing tightened down, and then we're going to see what's working, what's not working, and then we'll get it all kind of figured out, and then we'll go over what still needs to be done, and then how we're going to get it done, and we'll just kind of keep working on this thing as we go. So let's go ahead and let's continue that. Alright, so I got everything hooked up, so we're going to do the initial test here. So I'm going to turn on, I have a switch for the PCM and the fuel pump. Uh-oh, no power. Ooh, no power to either. That's dim. Gonna have to double check our battery. Okay, let's go ahead, double check the power, and then we'll come back and try it again. Alright, so let's try this again. So over here we have fuel pump. It still runs. PCM. There we go. Gauges are cycling. So let's see, fuel level. Can we see that? Okay, so we got less than 1/8 of a tank, which should have enough to start. Battery voltage not reading, water temp, pressure. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime the pump real quick, just to get it to rotate, and we'll try to build up some oil pressure here. Uh-oh, battery seems a little weak. Alright, so engine still rotates. Let's go ahead and let's turn the fuel pump on. Start it again. Come on. Almost wanted to. Alright, let's shut it off. Alright, so I think I'm going to have to actually fill up the tank a little bit more. It's got 1/8 of a tank of gas, but I don't think it's reading correctly. Ooh, just dropped my battery. Okay, or my flashlight. Okay, so I don't think it's actually reading correctly, and I'm not sure. So I'm going to try and put some gas in there. I did get some earlier anticipating this, 91 octane. It's going to make it a little tough because I don't have a fuel filler neck on there, but we're going to go ahead and we're just going to fill up that tank. I already know how I'm going to do it anyway, and then we're going to go ahead and try again, and then hopefully, you know, it'll start after that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll check up in a little bit. Alright, got a flashlight on this now, so hopefully you can see. Let's go ahead and turn the pump on again. Let's try it. Oh, there goes the flashlight. It wants to start. There we go. Got oil pressure. Okay. Let's try it again. Okay, so at least we have oil pressure, so that's good. So the engine's going to run. There we go. I don't know how well you can actually hear it because it's so loud. But it's on, and we got 40 pounds of pressure, so we're off to a good start. Got the PCM fuel pump on. Uh-oh. And it died. Why? Alright, turn the pump off, turn the PCM off. Let's try putting more fuel in it. I really have a feeling that that gauge is actually inaccurate. I have to check the float on that tank, but it started. So we're off to a good start, and we got 40 pounds of fuel pressure, or oil pressure, so awesome. Alright, so I just filled up my truck with a little bit of gas. So the reason I have a feeling it's gas is because I do have fuel pressure, but I don't think that the gas was in there was any good, because I do have to put a new fuel filler neck on there. So I just put some new 91 octane in there. And then let's go ahead and let's try it one more time before we try to diagnose something else, because we know it did turn on. We know we have oil pressure, so we're off to a good start. So let's go ahead again, and PCM is now turned on. Fuel, and let's crank it. turn off the pump so we don't flood it with gas. Try it again. So it runs. I'm holding the idle up a little bit, seeing if it won't shut off. It still needs to find idle. There we go. So we're still doing good. We still got 40 pounds of oil pressure here. We do have fuel in it. Battery voltage is not reading. And water test. It's off to a good start. I don't know if you guys can actually hear it or not. It is loud. So it's smoking a little bit. It hasn't ran in a while. Get these wires out of the way. So it definitely sounds like I got a lifter that's not gaining oil pressure right now, so I'm gonna wait for that to fill up. It's got a little bit of a clack on it, so I think I have a lifter that's just not filling up with oil pressure. But no big deal. Awesome. Well, it runs. It actually runs, and that's a good sign. So from here, we only have, a couple different items we need to fix just to get it done. Alright, so I'm actually kind of running out of daylight here, but we got off to a good start. We got the truck actually back up and running, so that's good. We got oil pressure, the engine's good. So we have a couple different things. We still need to figure out the clutch master cylinder. After that, I still need to figure out I have a charging issue with the alternator. I need to hook up my e-brake line, still need front tires for this thing, still need a front windshield for this thing, so still got quite a list to go before I can actually get it 100% done, but at least to get it going. The only thing to get it going moving forward would be just the alternator and the clutch master cylinder. So I've ran out of time for today, but I will be keeping up with you guys on the status of this truck. So I will catch up with you guys soon, make another video, and until then, go out there, have fun, enjoy whatever it is you do. Bye.